And if you're going to do a session on how to use the Relax Sauna, if you just want to get rid of pain or inflammation, or if you want to feel relaxed or get rid of a cold or a headache or just any kind of ailment or aches or pains, or you want to get rid of brain fog, you just turn on for 7-10 minutes and you get on your clothes. You keep your clothes on, you get in, you zip it up, and you go in for 5 to 10 minutes, and then at that time, you come to a crossroads in your life when you get to the point where you say, okay, do I stay in because it feels so great, or do I get out because I don't want to sweat? And that's what happens. And so that's a 7 to 10 minute light wave session. You feel great, you feel rejuvenated, you feel relaxed, the pain and inflammation go away, and sometimes you feel like $1 million, and sometimes you feel joyful and almost euphoric. So that's the first way to use the Relax Sauna. That's the first way to use the Relax Sauna, and that's the elementary way. Then step 2, the more Hippocrates kind of. This fulfills the dream of Hippocrates. Find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease. So now, to use the Relax Sauna, what you want to do is you want to take a towel. I happen to have 2 towels here. And what I do is a bath towel, and you fold the bath towel into, I guess, eighths, or however you want to fold it, and you put it on top of the chair. Now, the reason you do that is because if you're going to do a 20-minute sweat in the Relax Sauna, you're going to sweat and sweat and sweat. And if you don't have a towel on the chair, a bath towel, underneath the draped towel, that chair is going to get wet, and that's not necessary, because then you got to turn the timer on for 30 minutes and get the chair dry. And sometimes when you sweat on the chair, sometimes when it dries, it's white, because it's, I guess, calcium. So now you have the two towels. So to use the Relax Sauna, you have a bath towel on the chair and another towel draped. Some people choose to put a hand towel in between the 2 radiators. That's fine. Now, if you look at the radiator caps, you'll notice that each of the radiator caps has a foot on it. Okay? Now, that seems to indicate that that's where you should put your feet. Well, that is an option, but it's not an absolute. There are 3 main places where you can put your feet. You can put them on the caps, especially if you're a woman who's short, or a man who's short, or you're a child, because then it's easy to use. You can put your feet right here. That's where most people put their feet, especially taller men and taller women. They put their feet right there, and it's very comfortable. Now, there are other methods, and the method I use, frankly, is I'm going to take my shoes off and show you how I do it. But basically, I just sit here, and I go into Indian yoga style or Indian powwow style, and I do it like this, and I sit like this in the tent. Now, to zip up the tent, you simply bend over and zip up the tent, and then I get into my position in either of those 3 feet positions. I can put my feet right here, I can put them right here, I can do it like this. Wherever your feet are comfortable. It's not important where you put your feet, it's what makes you comfortable. So I zip it up, and now where you put your head is usually, this is where most people put your head. I'd say 80% of the people who use the Relax Sauna use their head like this. I like to do that, and I can do that very well. My back is erect. I'm very comfortable. This does not hurt. I could do it like that. That's fine. Now, it's very, very interesting. Most people do not realize. It's like the heat inside the sauna has very little to do with the healing effect and the therapeutic effect of the sauna. You want to be comfortably warm. You want to be comfortably hot if you feel good being hot. You don't want to be uncomfortably hot or uncomfortably warm. So I like to say we have a sophisticated temperature control device. I call it STCD, Sophisticated Temperature Control Device. Some people call it a zipper. If you get too hot, you just unzip it like this. Now, the way the Relax Sauna works, it's a light, it's not a heat. So the light basically comes out of the radiators, hits the back of the tent, and there's a blue nylon in here, and it goes through the blue nylon. If you're in a hot sun outside and you close your eyes, you can feel the deep penetrating warmth going through your clothes. Nylon is like clothes, so the far infrared light goes through the nylon, hits the silver, and people were not taught this in 7th grade. I don't know why, but they just weren't. That even though far infrared light is invisible, it's still reflected by a mirror. So if you can accept that, and how do you accept it? You experience it. My God, I cannot believe how good my lower back feels. Well, it's not the heat, it's the light, and the light is bouncing off the tent. And again, you can put your head like that. You could, for some people, I'll put my feet down. Some people, you can put your head like this. And that's fine. I mean, whatever makes you comfortable. You can do yoga stretching in here. You can have a lot of fun in here. We have a 30-minute timer. So if I put it on for 30 minutes right now, and let's say after 20 minutes I want to get out because I'm uncomfortable, or after 20 minutes, instead of being uncomfortable like I used to do, I used to maybe do stretching for 10 minutes, and finally I realized what I've been saying. It's not the heat, it's the light. It's the light. The heat is not relevant. So if you unzip the zipper like this, and if it is light, very, very little light is escaping, but a lot of the heat is escaping. And if I was sweating after 20 minutes, I would still be profusely sweating and not even hot. And that's the beauty of the Relax Sauna. It's the light, not the heat. So I zip it up like this, and I get in any kind of position. Now, if after 20 minutes and I've sweated and I've sweated and sweated and I feel great and I feel rejuvenated, whether I have my head inside or out, also it's great to drink 8 to 12 ounces of water before you get in the sauna. It's also not great, but after you get out of the sauna, you want to drink another 8 to 12 to 16 to 20 ounces of water afterwards. But it's really, really important to just discipline yourself to drink 8 to 12 to 16 ounces of water before you go in, because the one side effect, the one contraindication of being in the Relax Sauna is dehydration. And that means if you have trouble, if you get constipated, that's dehydration, basically. So if you're in the sauna like now and you did not drink enough water and you're very uncomfortably hot, it usually means you drink water. This did happen to me about 10 years ago. I was in the sauna and I always enjoy it, and all of a sudden I was not enjoying it at all. I was not enjoying it, and then I realized I was dehydrated. I drank about 16 ounces of water, and instantly water was just dripping, dripping, dripping like this. And of course, then I felt good in the sauna. So you want to be comfortable in the sauna. That's the most important thing. You want to be comfortable and not too hot. Some people like it hot, but if the hot gets in your way, you don't want that. So here we are. I'm doing the sauna. I've sweated for 20 minutes and maybe 22 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Maybe I've done this and I've gone 28 minutes, and then I want to get out. So then I get out, and we have a timer here. You could put the timer back to 0, but that's not necessary. You just put on the off switch. We have 2 radiators. This one on the top goes to this radiator. You flip it, and the one on the bottom switch goes to the radiator on the left as I'm facing outward. And you can test it yourself to find out. So I usually just switch these off, and then I don't put the timer back because this is a mechanical device, and if every day for a year or 2 you put it back, then it could probably break. If you do it once or twice, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to break. However, to avoid it, the mechanical timer breaking, it's always wiser just to put the off switch on. And you can keep one switch on instead of unzipping the zipper and being like this. You can put one switch, but then you're only going half the power. So I prefer to do the double power with it open and sweat profusely. So this is how you use the Relax Sauna. I'll show you how I sit on the floor too. And so here we have the Relax Sauna. This is an option. Some people like to put the head in, and one way to put the head in is this. A lot of people love the Relax Sauna because they don't have to put their head in. And they just love the fact that they can breathe, they can stay in longer. Now I'll do another video on why the Relax Sauna is so special and why it is so much more effective in fulfilling the dream of Hippocrates. The dream of Hippocrates is find me a way to create sweat or fever and I will cure disease. The Relax Sauna will increase core temperature 3 degrees in about 25 minutes, 4 degrees in about an hour. I don't believe any other sauna can increase core temperature more than a half a degree or 1 degree in 25-30 minutes. And I'm not sure what they can do in an hour. But the Relax Sauna is used in cancer clinics while doing IV therapy, where actually the people sit in the chair and the hand sticks out and they do IV vitamin C therapy or other kind of therapy. So here you have the sauna. Now I'm going to sit on the floor, so I'm going to take my 2 towels because, again, I don't want to get the sauna tent wet when it's not necessary. And if I put 2 towels on it, all the sweat will go on the towels. And then all I need is a hamper and a washing machine. So I put it in like this. Now here's the trick. When I go in like this and I sit down, I can either sit like this, or I can sit in yoga style, or I can kneel like this. Now if I kneel like this is great and this works fine. You turn it on and everything is hunky-dory. However, if I don't sit like this, if it's too much on my feet and I want to sit like this or in a yoga style or Indian powwow style, the radiators get too hot. And I don't like that because it hurts. It's too hot. It's not going to burn me, but it feels hot. So easy solution. See this? These are poles. Here's 2 of the poles. I'm going to put them together like this. And here's the other 2 poles. I'm going to take those out and just leave them like this. Now what I do, this is the advanced course. I put the radiators facing the ceiling, facing the top of the tent. And then I take this. I don't have to, but it's better, it's more comfortable this way. And I do it sort of like, not straight, but sort of like at about at a 170 degree angle. And then I zip it up, and I do it like this. And now the sauna tent is erect. I turn it on, and then the same principle of hitting the top and ricocheting, and I'm in the middle of a light box, and I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm not getting too hot. The radiator is not too close to any of my body parts. See, if I take this out, eventually the tent will sag. And that's okay, and you can do it like that too. But you can use 2 of these poles sort of like as a yardstick, or you can use a yardstick or any piece of wood or just to hold the tent up like that. And that's the advanced course on how to use the sauna. And then sometimes it just feels really, really good to have your head in, and sometimes it feels really, really good to have your head out. So this is the rush class. I usually don't speak this fast and this quickly, but I'm doing it to efficiently show you, number 1, how to set up the Relax Sauna, how to tear down the Relax Sauna, and how to use the Relax Sauna, and how to clean the Relax Sauna. I think I've covered almost all the bases. And my name is Philip Wilson. Go to relaxsaunas.com and you can find out a lot more about the Relax Sauna and why the Relax Sauna is unique, that's special.